guys, welcome to the Bonsai Nook with Adam Ask Why.
Hello, today's show we're going to be featuring a whole bunch of work on a Florida native plant. The common name would be Florida Privet. The botanical name is Forestiera Segregata. I have 5 different specimens to work on, all in various stages of kempt and unkemptness, and let's see what we can do. First, we're going to start with a little maintenance on some of the trees that I've been working on. This is probably the most growth I've had on this one. There's 3 leaf shapes to the Florida Privet. Like I said, it's not a true privet, which would be a ligustrum. This one kind of has the same type of leaves as a privet, although it also kind of looks like an oak. It kind of grows like an oak too. But these have all been repotted recently. This one in November of 2015. Right now it is towards the end of August 2016. This one was repotted about a month before this one was, and you can tell I've been working this one a little bit heavier. There's a lot more ramification and a lot better or lot better branching. But we'll start with the little guy first. Got this tree from my friend Paul Peichel. He's famous for Orlando Bonsai TV channel. Bonsai friendships are important, at least in my view. So, see, we'll just do a little trim here and there. This tree is really good for growing where you don't want it to grow. You see there's a crap load of wire on it. Oh, it's finally starting to cut in. Look at that. It'll stay on for a little bit longer though. On these species of trees, they'll bud back everywhere in places you don't want them to bud back. Kind of like when you get old and start growing hair where you didn't want hair. But if you don't leave green on it, the whole branch will die. Like that. Like that. So it's a little frustrating, but I like a challenge. It may not be the best beginner tree. Okay, so this privet I've had for a long time. When I got it, these two shoots were probably the size of this one, and it was just totally abruptly cut off straight. So I've allowed it to grow for a long time just to thicken up. Snip, snip, snip. I probably should have turned it a little more, but let's see what we can do here. This is what we call the money shot. Little poop to make it grow. Okay, on to the final tree for today. I was thinking of putting this in a bonsai pot. There's a shot of the root base right there. Pretty good radial roots. But I think I might keep it one more year in the training pot. So now it's just some branch selection and some wiring. The front is going to be somewhere around here because everyone wants to look at a hole and put their finger in holes. Okay, time for some wire. Sometimes when you wire, it's best not to cut the shoots until after you've wired it. It's easier to bend a long branch than it is to bend a short branch. I've been told by the boys over at American Bonsai not to cut my wire with my scissors. So I'm sorry, guys. Toughest thing about wiring is finding the proper anchor and using the correct gauge for the correct size branch. Like this branch is probably too skinny for the size wire I'm using, but I don't want to waste it. Takes a lot of energy to take aluminum out of the ground. Good thing though is American Bonsai has a recycling program for their wire. Check it out on their website. As always, the top needs the most development, and then this, it's almost like the bald spot on a middle-aged man. There's no branches, there's nothing here, and that has to fill in. Sometimes we even do like a little comb over. We'll bring one branch here and bring it like that. The idea is to get all the branches widest here and bring them in so we come to an apex, a canopy, like so. That's a pretty good start. Like I said, the front is right around here somewhere. Let's go there. And spilling all the soil, but that's about right. Like that. A little more movement and we're done for this one. Okay, so contrary to your instincts as far as taking a bonsai tree and reducing the roots, on this one we are still developing it. So what I want to do is I'm using the original training pot, and I'm going to put a little more soil in the bottom. It's my own soil. It's pine bark. It's a little bit of turfus in there, just leftover soil, and then there's perlite. And we're going to sit that right on top. Backfill just a little bit. Now this does two things, or three things, or somebody else can keep count. This increases the drainage. A deeper pot drains better than a more shallow pot, or more shallow root ball. This will give the roots more space to grow. As the roots grow, the top grows. As it drains more and dries out quicker, the roots grow faster. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but that's the way plants grow. They're looking for water, so if the soil is drier, or if it dries out faster, the roots will grow faster. And it also brings the tree up in the pot so we can see it a little better instead of hiding it like so. What shall you do with a ginseng ficus? What shall you do with a ginseng ficus? Adam's art and bonsai.